How's it going? We got Star Citizen. Let me put this in the right category. On Twitch, there we go. We got Star Citizen 312 in the persistent universe, the PU. It's been released. And look at this on the screen. You see there's a little ship right there. We could see ships flying around on the menu, which may seem like a small thing, but with every patch, with every release, it just gets a little bit better. A little bit better. All right. Now, these things, you would probably recall the space stations used to be just kind of a, like this part. And then when we had the big fleet week, they added these bottom parts, which were docks for the big capital size ships. And now you've got these other extensions where we're seeing a refinery and cargo docks being added on. So what used to be just kind of a neat little compact, large, but still kind of a compact space station. And some of them are now growing quite large, almost like floating cities, except not all of them are above planets. If you look at this particular space station, you see all these rocks around it and this new gaseous cloud. These are at Lagrange points, and I don't think it's spelled like Lagrange, Georgia, but the pronunciation, I believe, is the same. And what this is out in space where the gravity fields between like distant objects, that have a lot of mass, that have gravitational fields, it kind of gets to the point where they equalize, and so all your space garbage, all your space rocks and everything just kind of collect there, right? Because they reach the point where their kinetic energy, their inertia has gotten so low that this gravitational equilibrium field kind of can hold them there. So anyway, that's one of the first cool new things I wanted to talk about. There's a whole page of Star Citizen stuff that's new in this release. First, let me go ahead and put into the chat, if you're thinking about backing this game, please use my referral code when you go to the Roberts Space Industries website to create your account, and you'll get 5,000 free in-game credits. And there's a special promotion going on now when you buy your first game package, which starts at $40 to back this game, which is currently in alpha. So maybe it's not the thing for you, but if you do decide to do it, using my referral code will get you 5,000 free in-game credits. Enough people use it, I get something nice. But between now and I think the end of December, there's also you'll get a free, like a little motorcycle floating spaceship, and so will I with the referral. But anyway, here's the webpage that's got all of the stuff that's new for release 312. So if we read down here, it's got known issues. These are the things that don't work. Locations that are new, space refinery docks, things that are new in gameplay, reputation, weapon zero, multi-tool, ship entry identification, ship thruster wind volumes. We got the new Asperia Talon, the Talon Shrike, which I bought one of those, so I want to see that ship for the first time in game. Some new FPS weapons. We've got elevator panel updates, some restricted area reworks, some mining. A lot of stuff has changed for the mining game loop. So anyway, just a whole bunch of stuff. And what I'm going to probably do is do the same type of thing I've been doing, and that is play for about an hour and check out, kind of go down the list, check out, see some of these new things. But one of the things you like to do when a major patch drops is you go in and you delete your user folder, and that keeps that gets rebuilt automatically. But when you do that, then your character gets erased. So first we have to select our gender. I typically play as a dude. Then we can blend various heads together to create, to make our character unique. If we just went with one of these, then we would be, just like a basic default kind of guy. So we can use this as my first head. And then you can see the various, these are your whole heads. And then, like for instance, if we wanted to take the eyebrows off of somebody else, yeah, I think I may have, yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do the blend thing. So there we can select a second head, and we can kind of take stuff from each one of them. So right, we select the brow, and then we can apply that over to this guy and his ears. I don't like the ears sticking out. So let me look for some features I want to put on. I like this guy's nose. Or this guy's lips. So you got your, variety of the different looks you can choose from. And then you get to pick your hair color. And you can accept it. Say, okay, fine, wonderful. Now, server location, this is just your geo. Typically, picking a geo where you're located will give you the best ping. And you can choose to spawn into either the hangar system or the Stanton system. Right now, we've got like one star system. That one star system is the Stanton system. The hangars is kind of like if you were inside of your hangar, you kind of lived in the hangar, you were working on your ship in the hangar, kind of like your garage. The problem with the hangars is it started out as where people were able to get into the game and do stuff before flying around and doing stuff in the galaxies was possible. And then once that happened, people started doing that, and because what they built at the beginning isn't really going to be in the end game, it hasn't gotten the updates. So hangars for the most part is pretty much broken right now. So it's going to be Stanton system, and we're never going to go into our hangars pretty much. Now in the Stanton system, there's 3 different places that we can come into the game. We can come into Lorville, which is on the planet Hurston. It's owned by the Hurston Corporation. They make guns, they make weapons. Most of the planet has had the heck bombed out of it, or it's been mined. It's not a pleasant place to be. There's a spaceport there, there's mining areas there, there's other type of stuff there. The second place we could come in is Area 18. Area 18 is a very modern skyscraper, urban, planet-wide metropolis. So you look down and you don't see any open areas without cities. The whole planet is a city. It's sort of Blade Runner-ish. You can do trading there. There's a spaceport there. But there's not really ground vehicle play. There's not really, mining outposts, that kind of type of stuff. But it is pretty cool to fly over and look at. And then the last place is New Babbage. This is a very cold planet that the Microtech Corporation bought. They bought it because they wanted to put their data centers there. So it's very snowy, it's forested, there's some frozen lakes, there's like a modern city there. And one of the things that's going on here for Christmas is there's like packages that are scattered around New Babbage, and you can collect these packages and then sell them or deliver them other places. So for that reason, I'm going to spawn in at New Babbage. Right? And if you select for each one of those, like if you select Lorville, it shows you, okay, this is a kind of a gray, earth-toned, dirty, industrial kind of look to it. Area 18 has got that neon, glitter, urban type of look to it. So there's 3 distinctive looks to it. Now, before we go any further, I gotta say, we expected for a while, based upon information from about a year ago, that there was going to be another system added before the end of this year. The Pyro system, Pyro. Didn't make it. They didn't get it done. It's not here. We also expected that there would be a floating city above Crusader, which is a gas planet. That didn't get into the game. And so, there's some stuff that's in the works. We thought was going to be here by now. Hasn't showed up here. So this is what we have to choose from now. We're going to go in with New Babbage. We're going to say visit location. And are we going to get put in queue? A whole lot of people started playing this right when a new patch drops. So sometimes, depending upon how many people are trying to play, sometimes you might queue up for a server. Another thing you could do is, you kind of saw my friends list there. If you have friends that are playing, you can try to get on the same server with them. Right now we're limited to 50 players per server, so the server could be full. You might not be able to. Again, one of those future plans is something called server meshing. It's going to bring all of this together and make it like everybody's in the same universe all together. That's proving to be pretty difficult to implement, and as a result, people were optimistic, hoping it would be in this year. Now those same optimistic people are saying like first half of next year, but realists are saying, that could very well be a long way off. They're kind of building the plane as they're flying it. They're having to invent technology as they're developing this game, which goes back to that alpha nature and why you may decide, you know what, I'm not going to back this game right now. I'm going to wait till it's released. That's fine. I get aggravated at this game when I play it and it bugs out and it craps out. But at the same time, I see things in this game that make me say like, oh, this is the game for me. This is the only game that I want to play. So here we go. We've spawned into a hab on New Babbage. We're sitting here in the bed. If we look around, you can see there's a window there. change our camera angle. Right? So there's the snowy city down there. There we are. Why we're in our spacesuit? Well, there's a good reason for this, and that is sometimes you'll run into a bug where a room that should have atmosphere and should have air doesn't, and if you don't have your spacesuit on, then you'll die. And when this game is released, obviously, you should be able to be in your hab without wearing your spacesuit. So there's my guy. There's the character that we created. You can see the face there. Now there's an interesting feature in this game where if you have a webcam and it's pointed at your face, you can do something called face over IP. And what that does is it uses the webcam's image to see where your eyes are, see where your mouth is, to take the movement and the motion from that and to put it onto your in-game avatar. So if I had that working, you'd see my mouth moving right now as I talked. If I smiled, if I closed one eye and winked or whatever, you would see my character doing that. So that's face over IP. That is supported in the game. And with the 3.12 release, we just got eye tracking. So if you have a Tobii eye tracker and you're flying your ship, as you look from side to side and up to down on your screen, it'll pivot the view inside of your ship. So we got some cool things there. Now, I said clothes. I can actually change my clothing to something else. Now, this is another thing I wanted to check. I'm using my Mobi glass, and this is telling me my heart rate. It's telling me there is an atmosphere in this room, that I do have oxygen. And also, here's my credits, my Alpha United Empire credits, AUEC. And I've currently got 302,000 and some credits, which is good. They did not wipe the database. They didn't reset my my credits or the things that I might have bought in game with this patch. It's going to happen at some point. Definitely going to happen when we move from alpha to a released game. But for right now, the missions that I was running, the stuff that I earned in 3.11 carried forward into 3.12. So that's good. So let's go to the equipment manager here, and let's unequip. And now let's put some clothing on. Let's go to my shoes. Bedrock. I like those shoes. Pants. We got a variety of pants. Wear. Gonna stay with those. Gloves. We don't have gloves on, but I've got some gloves in my inventory. A jacket. There's like a puffer jacket. Eyewear we can wear. And then we have hats. And then technology, this is our Mobi glass. So I'm gonna go ahead and save changes. Always have to click save changes if you want it to take effect before you can do anything. So we did that. So now if we walk around our hab, we can see there's our shower and our place where there's a toilet in there. There's other places. In the future, this is where our clothes will be, and if we could only put on the clothes that we had here, so like if we had left our clothes and our stuff on our spaceship, they wouldn't be available to us. That's not currently implemented in game. At some point, there'll be food and drink that we'll be able to do in our habs. But for now, that's not implemented. Here's a gun rack. In the future, you'll only have weapons that you've stored or you're carrying on you, right? Right now, if I go into my equipment, and if I had a spacesuit on that had weapon slots, then I'd be able to select my my weapons. But otherwise, you put weapons there. Those things are also in spaceships. So let's leave and look out. So there's Microtech down there. It's a frozen lake. There's a train that takes us across the frozen lake to the space station. There's buildings that have pads on top. Again, this is the place where the habs are located. The habitation units. It's like an apartment building. If you lived on New Babbage, you could, I guess, live in this building. Live in one of the other places, but if you choose to spawn into New Babbage, this is where you spawn. Now here, there's the new elevator UI. Let's go down to the lobby. Those little helpful hints at the bottom of the screen, you can cut those off. I leave them going because I don't have everything memorized and I don't want to keep a cheat sheet here. So now we're down in the lobby. This is the Nest Apartments. Hey buddy, how's it going? They're working, they're doing their thing. And if we look, we can see here in our contracts manager, these are jobs that we could take if we wanted to try to earn money right now. We could do local delivery routes, pick up packages, deliver packages. And then this is how much credit we would get when we completed all of that. Service beacons. Go help somebody in combat in deep space, how far away they are. Somebody's missing in a Microtech cave. Bounty Hunter Guild. Tracker training permit. Right. Probably do some of those missions, and then here we've got claim jumpers, legal monitors. Okay, call to arms. Every time you start up this game, if you're going to be like a good guy, right? Because a crime stat will revoke your CDF membership, but essentially, you can sign up to kind of help out the security forces, and if you happen to kill somebody that's got crime stats, depending upon how much of a bad guy they are, then you'll get paid. Those stack, so I always like to first thing accept that, but then I untrack it so that I don't get confusing things up here. History, we've only accepted one thing. Beacons, has anybody sent out a beacon? No, nobody sent out a beacon. Now for now, I just kind of want to walk around and check out and see if there's anything else new here in New Babbage. So let's do that. Change camera angle so you can see. Here I am. And I'll slow down from running. The Aspire Grand is the name of this big building that we're in. Now, these are NPCs, but if you ever wonder if somebody's a player or an NPC, if you go up to them and you hit the F button, a real player, you'll get a prompt to invite them to your party. An NPC, on the other hand, you won't get a prompt like that. So that's kind of a way to see what's going on. Brentworth Care Center in the future, right? There's going to be like hospitals and stuff. And this is, I guess, where the one for New Babbage is. Need to go take a look outside at my house. I'll be right back. I'll be back in a minute. Yeah, it turned out that was not. It was a truck going past. I thought it was somebody at my door for a second, but no, it wasn't. So anyway, let's go ahead and get out of here and let's go down. Check out some more here on New Babbage. They've done a good job of putting signage all over the place. If you're ever confused about, like if you woke up, if you never played the game before and you woke up here and you're like, how the heck do I get out of here? Well, you find mass transportation, which there's one on each planet. There's a train on Area 18. There's a train in Hurston, in Lorville. And then you find your way to the spaceport, right? If there's other things, you can do those other things. So if you wanted to just get quickly to flying, you go that way, and that would take you to the spaceport. Let's go over to the Commons, though.
Careful, doors are now closing.
That building, you can kind of fly through it. It's kind of distinctive. It's the only one I think that's a tall building with a hole in the middle. I'm getting 60, 61, 59 frames a second here on my system.
Nearing next stop.
Now we're at the Commons, and there's a map over here. You can see there's a guy standing in front of that one. So, Aspire Grand, that's where we just were. If we'd gotten on the other train, it would have taken us over to the New Babbage Interstellar Spaceport. But instead, we went the other way on the train, which took us to the Tobin Expo Center, and then the Commons is also over here. Now, the Commons is right by the lake, the frozen lake, and then that line also goes over to the New Babbage Interstellar Spaceport as well. So for this like city spawn point, you're pretty much limited to here. Now there's doors you can get outside, although there's really not a lot of stuff to do outside. You can get out on that frozen lake if you go out the doors of the Commons. You could land your ship and come into the Commons, you could, there's a couple missions that have you fly and land on the roof of buildings here and pick up things or deliver things to a package locker. But you know, a lot of different stuff. So anyway, so we see our exit sign up there. Now be on the lookout for green square, like present looking packages. That's what we want to collect. If we see any of those, we want to snag them.
Ask what good can I do to make the verse better? That's
Here we go. New Babbage Plaza at Oroy's. So we got like coffee shops and bars. And because it's such a cold planet, all these high-tech workers, you know, they're running around indoors on the indoor exercise track. Here's like the plaza. This is like an indoor business shopping, you know, type of thing. Got plenty of places that in the future will be, you know, available. Shipping Interstellars here. So if we wanted to buy mining consumables, laser heads, these are things that help miners mine quicker, faster, more efficiently. Certain types of rocks, mining attachments, pyro tool, and the mining attachment, and the tractor beam. Tractor beam is new. I know I don't have one of those. That's new. That's new to this patch. So I just bought one of those. And there's the armor that would hold stuff. Okay. So let me make sure I still have my mining tool. Which I don't think it'll let me see unless I went into my, unless I put on a spacesuit, so we'll just hold off on that. But anyway, that's good to know. You can buy here from Shubin's kiosks, mining stuff, okay. Center Mass sells guns. So if you were looking to purchase cannons, guns, that type of stuff, you can get it here from Center Mass. And we're just waiting for this screen to load. A little bit slow. Missiles. Variety of missiles, weapons, sniper rifle magazine, blah blah blah. Now let me look at the patch notes real quick. I got them over here on another screen. I want to see if this is one of the new weapons. Because then I know I don't have one, so then I'll buy one. Yeah, the Gemini AO3 Sniper and the FS9 LMG. The Bearing FS9. AO3 and FS9. Okay, AO3 and FS9. AO3 sniper rifle. Buy. And let's see if there's a FS9. FS9 LMG. This is a new gun. And we'll buy that too. AO3, we need to get some and FS9. Okay, so those are, so we got us some new the two new weapons we want to try out. So it sells nose cannons, missile laps, okay, for gadgets, med pins and oxy pins. You can always use more med pins. Okay. Very nice.
Hi, welcome to the store.
That center mass. So we can't try out, if you look up in the right hand corner of the screen, you see that bullet with the slash through it. It means we're in an armistice zone, and we're not going to be able to try out those weapons until we get out of the armistice zone. But you know, you have to buy them in order to be able to try them out. So there we go. We just got some of the new weapons to try out. Still haven't seen any of those green packages yet. This is the trading room. If we wanted to buy some, buy or sell, we could do that from here. So you normally see there's zeros on all of my ships, because there's no cargo on them for me to sell. But if I wanted to, I could sell from them, or I could buy. And fill them up and then take stuff. So I could, like, for instance, I could buy scrap and take it to Port Olisar if I wanted to try to make money. But there's probably people that are like, hey, you know what? Let's try to do this mission in 3.12, and that requires us to be a criminal. So let's kill a bunch of people to get our crime stat. And you know, oh look, there's somebody hauling cargo. Let's murderize them. Faster Than Lights, FTL. This is a cargo company. All right. So you might bring a package in here to drop off at FTL. That person just disappeared. Mega Pro, they sell like ship components. Shields, coolers, stuff like that you can get here. These are pretty expensive. So my gameplay so far hasn't given me enough credits to be able to really start building up ships. So I use my money to like buy cargo and trade cargo and do some other stuff. So I'm not going to sink a whole bunch into components. Also, sometimes you'll lose components because of the game is, again, the game's in and out is at alpha status, and so I'm not willing to lose that much. So that's one of the reasons I'm not going to buy components. Planetary Services. This is a place where you can check and see if you've got any tickets. I don't have any fines or infractions. That's great. But if you did, you can use those kiosks, which they used to have like a floating hologram above them that scales and soared, but I don't see that floating above them now. And then over here, Microtech Planetary Services. Again, this is not just mining stuff, but this is where we could buy and sell cargo. But right here after the patch, I don't have any cargo, any stuff in my ships. So I think we've gone all the way around the outside. Let's look down here in the center. So far, though, we haven't seen a single green package inside. Inside the building. Maybe the packages aren't inside the building. This is like the Apple store. It's the Microtech. They sell the Mobi-Glass wristband and the other type things. These are hacking chip things. To hack your crime stat, to do other stuff. Some of these things haven't been released yet, but they kind of put them in here anyway. But yeah, this is like the, here's the, if we wanted a different color Mobi-Glass. These are like tables that you'd work over. You can see things floating on top of them. Different types of things. All right, pretty cool. So I guess there's no green packages inside. At least we haven't seen any yet. But Microtech is probably the cleanest, coolest planet type of place. Area 18's not bad, but it's just very limited in terms of what's there. This obviously this is the newest one. It was built more recently, so that also looks a little bit cooler, a little bit better. We got a map that tells us everything that's over here. These NPCs just standing on stuff. Oh, there's a package right there. There's a bunch of them in here. So let me change into something that's got storage. Let me put on my undersuit. I don't like that. Okay, let me put on that undersuit. And then for the armor, I want to put on my Mac Flex. A rucksack core, there we go. That other guy came in and grabbed that. He grabbed that green package that was here. So now I got the option to stow that package, you see? Because I have... storage now. I'm going to go back here to one of the places where we can sell stuff and see how much that package would get us. Sell. From personal inventory. I got the gift. But it won't sell. It won't sell on that terminal. sell, personal inventory, consumer goods, it won't sell the Luminalia gift. It won't sell. So let me look at the other. There's a page on this. Maybe you have to take them somewhere else off of Microtech in order to be able to sell them. Maybe that's the key. Which, if that's the case, then we'll just keep collecting them. But at least that was one of the things I wanted to accomplish in this stream, was to find one of those things. So I feel better about having gotten that done. And they were found inside. We don't have to go outside to find them. That's pretty cool.
Hi, welcome to the store.
Snag. That's to get out to the commons. There. One right there. Excuse me. Okay, so if we want to go up to the surface, that's the way. Clothes, different clothes, cold weather clothes.
the store.
Nice. Coming up.
So if anything, these gifts are probably going to cause people to do more exploring. But if you're running around like a crackhead, are you really going to stop and smell the roses?
Need something?
Gifts. This is what we saw on the launch menu when we were thinking about coming here. This was like the thing that described New Babbage. We found a couple of them. That's pretty cool. Again, this is looking out. This is the Microtech, the Commons. Various buildings, very frozen, very cold. There's a gift right here. We're like little garbage men. We're scurrying around. There's a gift right there. Oh, hold on. All right, everybody. Well, I got something I need to do, so I think I'm going to go ahead and call our little stream for the time being off, and we can pick this back up later on with the packages that we've got so far. Take care, everybody. I'll see you next time.